When I was newly married, I will tell you. When I was newly married, I will tell you about the events that happened to me in the house I first moved into. We eloped with my wife, so we found a cheap one-story house a little outside the city. There was no one around. When we entered the house, we saw a faint bloody three-fingered handprint right next to the outer door. I didn't pay any attention to it. I didn't care. When we first entered the house, we saw a big rosary hanging in the living room of house. We didn't care because we thought it belonged to the owner of the house. I got used to my house, but the house was very damp. One morning, we woke up early and the outside door was wide open. Then the symptoms started to develop rapidly. I heard footsteps. I heard knocking on the door. Once when I was drinking water in the kitchen, they threw 3 glasses one after the other behind me. I was very scared and I started to run out of the house screaming. It was very dark outside and my husband was not at home. I felt safer outside. I waited for my husband to come for about 2 hours outside, and after he came, I entered the house. My husband did not believe it at first. He thought that I was seeing these things because I was overwhelmed. One evening, I fell asleep very early. I said goodnight to my husband and went to bed. Just as I was about to fall asleep, the door of my bedroom opened and I thought that my husband was coming. I didn't care. And whatever the entity was, it came up to my head. I could feel his breathing in my ear. I couldn't turn around. I couldn't scream. I put my hands together and screamed at the top of my lungs. I was passing out now. I didn't remember what I was doing. I tried to kill my husband. I was always damaging my surroundings, but I wasn't even aware of it. I woke up in the morning and there were marks on my body like a 3-fingered paw. These marks were just like the mark next to the door. Things were getting out of hand. My wife and I took all our belongings and moved out of that house within 1 day. Nothing like that ever happened to me after that. We happened to be on our way there by chance. I could look at the house from a distance. I couldn't get close to it. It was a cold, dark house. It was very old. I saw a silhouette in the window. It looked like a human being. It waved one hand at me and I never went there again. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more true stories.